What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about how to build a massive chest. So the number one most aesthetic muscle group in my opinion is the chest, the pecs, okay? When you look at an aesthetic physique, the first thing you want to see is a nice plate body looking chest. This is going to build out the whole physique. It's going to make you look a lot more aesthetic and well-rounded. So when I first started out working out, my chest was terrible. It was like concave, did not look good. It was embarrassing, man. My chest sucked. I had big shoulders, good shoulders, you know, decent arms, triceps were huge, but my chest was totally lacking. The back, everything, it was taken out of proportion. So when you think about aesthetics, the number one thing is having good proportions and symmetry, okay? When you're doing this, okay, when you're working out and everything, especially when you're striving towards like bodybuilding and building up a good physique, number one thing obviously is aesthetics. You're the artist, and your physique is like your masterpiece, okay? We're all striving to create that masterpiece. So today I want to give you guys a little bit of advice. So I'm going to give this 5 of my best tips on how to build a massive chest. So my first tip is more frequency. A lot of guys, they're training chest and they're doing this like maybe once a week. It's not enough, man. When I built my chest, what I did from when I was 19 years old, I was still a teenager, I wanted to build this massive chest. So what I started doing, I started training my chest 3 times a week. Okay, on Monday, chest Mondays, baby, I'd be training chest hard. Again, on Thursday, I'd hit chest again. I would actually stack up my shoulders after the chest workout. And then on Saturday, I would do another chest session, and this would be more of like a lighter sesh, just focusing more on like my pump, getting blood flow in there. And doing this for 1 year straight, my chest exploded. Okay, I remember when I was 19 years old, had that disgusting concave looking chest. It was not aesthetic, it was out of proportion. And then by the time I was 20 years old, finally built a good chest. You know, it was still not quite what I am today, but it was pretty good. I mean, I made some huge improvements in 1 year. And by that time, I'd already been training for about 7 years. So by then, I mean, to make good improvements after 7 years of training was huge. So that's the first tip, more frequency. The more you train it, the better you're gonna be at, okay? Another good thing to kind of focus on that is when you're building your chest, I mean, the more frequency you're gonna be doing, let's say you're hitting more like decline, you're gonna build more of a droopy looking chest. If you always focus more on incline, the upper chest, it's gonna have that nice plate body looking chest. It's gonna be nice and even. You're not gonna have the like droopy blue look chest. You don't want that, you want it to be nice and even. So my advice to train upper chest a little bit more, I would start out with, most of my workouts, like majority would be, I'd start with incline bench. And when I would be doing this, I'd be trying to press the weight from the collarbone. So when you press a little bit higher up, you're gonna be really targeting the upper chest. The lower you go, I mean, you're gonna be hitting more other parts of the chest, but I would be really focusing on that upper chest. That's what I wanted to hit, and that's what I did. And eventually it really built that upper chest. It looked really good and aesthetic. Some other stuff you can do is, of course, when you're trying to build the chest in any muscle group in general, you want to be in a good calorie surplus, okay? So I was saying I was training my chest 3 times a week, but I was also eating a lot, okay? I wasn't just like eating like a bird. I mean, you have to be in a calorie surplus if you're going to gain muscle, okay? So if you're in a deficit, you're cutting, odds are you're not going to be gaining muscle unless you're on mass amounts of steroids, but when you're natural, yeah, you got to be cutting a little bit less. So you want to be on a surplus. What I would be doing is my BMR, my basic metabolic rate, was about, at 19 years old, I think it was around 3,200 calories. So I was eating about 4,000 calories. Like I was in surplus, gaining muscle, especially when you're hitting the chest 3 times a week, you're gonna grow. I mean, no matter what. So that's tip number 3, always eat in a surplus. Also tip number 4, my 4th tip for you is you need to have perfect mind-muscle connection, okay? If you're just going through the motions, using momentum to get up the weight, you're not going to be effectively targeting muscle. So what I would be doing is on a slow negative, I'd be coming down slow, maybe about 4 seconds, and then on the concentric rep, I'd click it up, I'd press it for maybe a second, I don't know, I'm not really counting that, but just on a fully targeted muscle group. And I always keep it contracted throughout the whole rep and throughout the whole working set. So I'm not going to like come up here, stop, come down, rest, stop. No, it's a continuous motion. So the chest is going to be fully contracted the entire time throughout the whole set. And so yeah, that's my tip. My 4th tip for you is have perfect mind-muscle connection. And you know, this can happen overnight. Okay, this takes like, I've been training, right now at this point, I've been training for 13 years. So it's going to take years and years to build up that good mind-muscle connection. I mean, there's ways to do it. You can even be sitting like where you're at right now, like at home. You can just really focus on flexing the chest. You get that good contraction. That's what you want when you're working out, okay? You don't want to be using momentum. As long as you're fully hitting the muscle effectively, you're gonna be doing the best work. So that comes down to my 5th tip for you is plateaus. I mean, we all experience it, we all get to it. You're training chest, you're hitting it super hard, and then you get hit a plateau. You're not getting any muscle, you're not making any improvements. What the heck is going on? So what happens right here is I really want to switch up my training and just totally shock the muscle, hit it really hard. So what I would do, there's a couple different ways you can do this. One good way is you can do a 100 rep challenge. You might have seen this before. I do it on squat challenge, 100 reps. Pretty much what I would do is go on a flat bench, maybe put on like 185, 225. I hit that for 100 reps. What I usually do is 10 by 10, so 10 sets of 10 reps. And I'm trying to do this as fast as possible, so I'd recommend doing it under 20 minutes. After you're doing this, you're gonna have a huge pump, and then that's just gonna be like the first exercise. I'm still gonna go do some upper chest, some isolation work, some flies, and get a full chest workout in. But I'm telling you right now, after that, your chest, you're not gonna be used to something like that, so it's totally gonna shock the muscle. You're gonna be sore, good hypertrophy, you're gonna grow from that. Another good way to doing something is, there's one really good thing I would do is, so I would do 2 like warm-up kind of sets, and then let's just use a flat bench for example. I put 225 on, bench it for, let's say 6 reps, so if you can do more than 225, put 315 on, 6 reps, pump that out, rack it back up, wait about 10 seconds, grab it again, go for the same amount of reps as you did before. You're probably not going to get it, but maybe you can. So again, you go for 6 reps on that, pump it out, rack it again, rest 10 seconds, hit it for a 3rd time. This time, aim for 6, hopefully you got a spotter, go to failure pretty much, rack it, then I want you to drop the weight. I would be doing 225, I dropped it down to 135, and I'd plus that till failure. So that's one exercise that I'd go to failure in 1 set, okay? My muscles would not be used to that, totally shock it up, and my chest would have a huge freaking pump. So that's one thing I focus on in working out stuff, is always trying to have like a huge pump. I finish off the workouts with as big a pump as possible. So that's my 5 tips for you, how to build a massive chest. Hope you enjoyed it. And so yeah, also I want to mention that I'm going to be doing a little Q&A video after this. So just had Thanksgiving up. I'm up in Washington, so I'm at my parents' house. Then I have my director Derek quick filming, so I'm doing a little solo. It's going to be a little more raw footage, but I want you guys to comment below, comment questions for the Q&A video, and let me know what you think. Also, I'm having a sale for Seidwear for Black Friday, and also Cyber Monday, so make sure you guys check it out, cyber.clothing. Little shameless plug, never hurt, huh? Check it out, some epic deals. You can get these sweatpants, these joggers, get hoodies, sleeveless hoodies, all that good aesthetic gear, stringers, everything. So check it out, cyber.clothing, Black Friday sale. It's huge, baby. So that's my 5 tips, how to build a massive chest. Good luck.